later. Now, though, do we give VAR enough credit?
On-field decision was offside. Are you happy with the simi? Yes, onside.
He's gone offside.
In high-profile moments, they're shooting themselves in the foot by making basic errors.
We don't want to ruin the game in that moment by taking strong action.
Ollie's saying to delay.
I can't do anything.
This guy, Howard Webb, since he's been brought in to sort this out, it's been nothing short of an absolute disaster.
He's onside. Oh, what has the referee done? What has he done?
People actually now are starting to go, I've had enough of this.
Wolverhampton Wanderers will be furious. They will think that once again VAR has not helped them.
You can ring me tomorrow and you can say sorry. You can ring me tomorrow and you can stick up for the officials. You can send me a bunch of flowers.
Draw the line in the wrong place, man. Come on. No goal.
Whatever it doesn't make up for the fact that the team I'm in charge of and the team that those supporters follow around the country are 7 points short of what we should be.
I think this will be a fascinating chat. 03717223334. That's the number to call if you want to have your say on whether we give VAR enough credit. This is fascinating. Have a listen to this. Yesterday, now, of course, we found out the news that Premier League clubs will be asked to vote on scrapping VAR for next season. The proposal was originally tabled by Wolves, who over the last 5 years since it was introduced have lost out on 17 goals due to decisions VAR have made. That's 10 more than any other side. That's remarkable.
Quickly one, sorry, before we keep is that 17 attempts on goal, not 17 goals? Because I thought a couple of those decisions would have been pens.
Goals.
Okay, wow.
Have a listen to the Wolves gaffer Gary O'Neill speaking to talkSPORT back in November after his side lost 3-2 to Fulham due to more controversial officiating.
I tell my players to go, no, we're not coming up with anything to make noise. We're not doing social media posts. We're not refusing to shake officials' hands. We're conducting ourselves properly, but there needs to be something coming from the other end, because if I just keep doing the same thing and we keep being on the wrong end of stuff, it's like we might have to try something different here. We might have to make some noise, which I obviously don't want to do, but I think you can understand where we are. You can ring me tomorrow and you can say sorry. You can ring me tomorrow and you can stick up for the officials. You can send me a bunch of flowers. Whatever it doesn't make up for the fact that the team I'm in charge of and the team that those supporters follow around the country are 7 points short of what we should be.
Now, stats show before VAR was introduced, 82% of refereeing decisions were correct. Since VAR, 96 have been correct. So we've gone up 14%. Okay, back in February, officials admitted there had been 20 incorrect decisions so far this season. Now, there's so many questions. You lot can have your say. 03717223334. Now, here's my first question to you. So, 82 before VAR, 96.
But I'm guessing a couple of those would be offside, right? So black and white.
I imagine.
Yes,
so.
Of course. Okay, that's
right. So here's my question. Factually, you can't argue with that. Factually, the game has better decisions, more right decisions made in it.
Yeah.
Because of VAR, right?
Okay.
If we got rid of VAR and we have referees, mistakes would still be made by officials. And you still get managers moaning about mistakes officials have made.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the manager moans more about a decision that should have been given that wasn't given because we have the technology to right the wrong?
That's the problem. I think if we went back to having no VAR now, I think managers and supporters, yes, they'd still give officials a hard time, but I think they'd be a little bit like, okay, well, almost sympathetic to a point, a little bit less. They're still going to be uproar with certain decisions. But I think what is sending people crazy is the fact, as you said there, VAR, the technology, is there to be used to help them make decisions, right? And I don't think you can solely blame VAR because it's the officiating that's the problem. The guys in the VAR room is the problem because you talk about the decisions there and all that, which I get. But
do you want some water?
Yeah.
Can we get some water for Darren Bent, please?
I was hanging on for dear life with that.
It's fine. You okay?
Yeah.
You know why? You just had some melon.
It's one of them where that's the problem, is that we're seeing decisions like things like forgetting to draw lines on screens. That's just ridiculous. There's no excuse for that. None. The Forest situation, I know it's quite recent, so that's why I'm referencing that. The 3 penalty decisions. Yeah, I thought all 3 were penalties. 2 of them could have gone either way. The last one's embarrassing. I think that's where people are going crazy. You heard Eddie Howe last night as well. Him getting him getting angry as well because Anthony Gordon, the technology's there. And what are they looking at? Like, seriously, that's the inconsistency that's annoying people.
Okay, but you're going to get inconsistency with referees. So let's have some water. You got water, so I'll talk. You're going to get inconsistency, with referees, right? So for argument's sake, the Anthony Gordon one last night, the referee didn't give it. He did not give it. What? Hold on.
But why didn't he give it?
Right. He didn't see it.
No.
Let me finish my sentence.
That's not the point, because if the VAR wasn't there, he would have had to make a decision. But now referees have got lazy.
Well, he could have made it. No, you're suggesting that if there's no VAR,
they've got to make a decision.
He did make a decision by not giving it.
No.
Are you thinking that his mindset was, well, I'm not going to call this?
100%. And that's why I said they've got lazy, because rather than, if there's no VAR and the Newcastle players appeal, he's got to make a decision.
I agree with you.
But the fact that he's probably in his head, and I think too many of the referees nowadays are thinking the same thing. Well, it doesn't really matter. Michael Oliver, prime example. Which one was it? Where he was 5 yards away, Declan Rice on who was the penalty? Who did Arsenal play? And Declan Rice volleyed someone in the leg.
Oh yeah, they gave a penalty away.
Give the penalty away, right? Yeah. The referee Michael Oliver is 3 yards away, but he's gone, and I'm sure we could all see it. And he's gone, no, I'll leave that one. They'll make the decision.
And then they did, and they gave the penalty.
And they gave the penalty. How can you not see that from 2 yards away? Was it Spurs? No, I think it was. Is it Bournemouth? I think it was Bournemouth.
No. Is it Bournemouth? Was it Spurs? It was Spurs.
Was it Spurs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Spurs volleyed Ben Davis. Volleyed Ben Davis. And Michael Oliver's 5 yards away. Doesn't make the decision. I think too many of the referees nowadays are going, do you know what? Doesn't really matter. I'll leave it. They'll see it. They'll see it.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, as we both take it in turns to play that. Factually, more decisions that are wrong are made right with VAR. So, what is the ultimate aim?
But do you know,
what is the goal here?
Those stats would be skewed, because a lot of those would be like offsides, which are black and white. Which fair enough. But when you're talking about the in-game decision, they're the ones I think. I bet them stats are a little bit skewed.
What way do you think they'll vote?
Premier League clubs, I don't think it'd be as clear cut as people think, but I think they'll get 14.
Do you?
Yeah,
I don't.
But I can name, two clubs that are Forest and Wolves.
I would imagine all the clubs at the bottom will want it.
Want it gone?
I don't know. I really don't know. Just a show of hands, there's quite a few people, men and women in the gallery today, who wants to get rid of VAR for the Premier League. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
4, just 4. Okay,
that's the problem.
Just 4. It's a majority vote, by the way.
These guys, the referees are just like, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to make a decision. These guys will bail me out, and that's the problem, because when they don't bail them out, they look incompetent on the pitch.
We're going to take calls on it. Of course we are. We've got time for one now. 03717223344. Then the rest after the break. So you can have your say. Hello, Nick.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm great. How are you today?
Yeah, not bad. I'm good, thanks. VAR, God, I think now we've had it. I think to switch the cameras off for one season and then do the vote, because I think people. I heard Simon Jordan earlier saying, managers were moaning more before VAR and they're just moaning as much now. Well, that's right, but now we've had it. If we switch them off for a season, like Darren said, managers might be a little bit more sympathetic to the referee. Maybe the referees will step up their game as well, because I think they've lost their way with VAR. It's not the VAR the problem; it's actually the human error in it.
That's right.
So it's a human error, and there's a human error before. You might argue there was more human error, but at least it was quicker. At least we could celebrate a goal. I hate that. It's just like we see replays back on like whatever you're watching it on TV, and we can see it straight away. But they're going through these protocols and these due restrictions that we'd say Howard Webb was saying today. I think they're just overdoing it, over-analysing it. And, unless it's clear and obvious, then if it's... And I don't believe these stats where they're saying, it's gone from 82% to 90-something%, because a lot of the decisions are subjective. So are they saying, well, they're correct now, or they were incorrect? But how do we know that's true or not true?
Nick, that's why I think a lot of their decisions are offside, things like that.
Maybe.
I think it has to be.
No Tandar made a very good point. I think I touched on it yesterday. He goes to Brentford every single week. And he said it's a totally different experience for the football fan in the stadium. He said he hates being in the stadium when VAR's been checked, because you're just waiting there.
You don't know.
He said if we could see it on the screen, the replay, or we could hear Stockley Park, that would make a difference. But he said as a football fan that goes every single week to see Brentford, he wants VAR gone.
Yeah.
But he said watching it at home is a different experience. So I get that.
I'm the same. Going to watch Arsenal, VAR, it's long. But every time you score a goal...
You've got a box, right? There's a reason I'm asking.
No, I've not got a box.
Have you not got a box?
No.
No, there's a reason I'm asking.
What?
Have you got a box?
No.
Okay, in the boxes, if you go to football and you've got boxes, presumably you've got a telly in there. So when it goes VAR, you can run into the box and have a look at the screen.
I mean, I said I don't have a box, but I assume so.
Do you have a box?
I haven't, no.
You've still got a box.
I haven't, thank you, see?
Okay.
It's got 2 season tickets.
Why have you got marks?
Just 2 season tickets.
Have you got Wilshire's? Was he not?
What, Borough Jacks?
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.